Okay.
Sai Ram, pranam to Swami, and thanks for other Sai members to join this study circle. So my first question, this is so we can go to the second slide and say, what is meant by love? That's the love is selfless and self is loveless. But what is meant by love? That's the first question I would like to address to the group and see whether they have any thoughts on that. Maybe we can start with Suresh.
Maybe
or whoever wants to
start. I'll call it as what is not love. Maybe
okay.
To start like that. Instead of what is love, I'll say if you are irritating other people, if you don't show the affection, if you if you don't talk to them nicely, there are so many other parameters we can call it as not love. That's the way I maybe that's one of the examples. I'm just thinking since
how about Ranjini and or Maitreyi or Valli? Any of the anybody has a thought?
Sai Ram Maitri. When I just think of love, I think about spontaneous affection, compassion that comes from the heart at human beings. And Swami says all beings, but for me, human beings, and I would say some in the animal community. I don't think I have love for all the animals. I have not come to that stage. So basically, that would be my first spontaneous answer is a spontaneous kindness, compassion towards other living beings. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Anything, any thoughts by Sweta or Purnima?
Sai Ram, Dr. Patel, I can tell you one definition.
Okay.
Whatever action you perform as an offering to God is love.
That's what in my studying what I think love is God. Okay, so the meaning of love is God or God related things. So whenever you have as Suresh mentioned that all negativity is gone and positivity like love for others or plants, trees, animals, that is love. So when love is God, God is love also. So there are many kind of love,
I have a question, Dr. Patel.
Yes,
you
sir.
said that love is God. Therefore, a person who is not believing in God, do you think they cannot express any love?
No, not. I think they can. The love they might not accept as a God because some are not believing in God. But as long as nobody, no Atma, no Jiva is without love.
Okay.
So everybody has a love.
Okay.
Everything in creation is a reflection of God, and every item, every entity, every being has love in them, of different degrees and different way of manifesting it. But everybody has love. The person who does not believe in God, but he must be loving his own body, own family, on friends. So there is always love, always exists. It might be manifested in different ways, but people cannot live without love, either in one form or another. That's what my understanding is. Anybody has any other thoughts? So So our group, I can tell that everybody loves Swami, right? So why do we love Swami? Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Sai Ram, because he first loved us. So God is the cause of all that is good and right in the world, the creation, everything. So that's why we love him. Sai Ram.
China. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Purnima or Mohan? So,
Sai Ram, uncle, loving Swami feels natural. It doesn't feel like I need to put in any kind of effort to love Swami. It feels like a part of me. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it feels very natural to me that I love Swami. I don't know, but it just feels very natural to me.
okay. So, as I think my understanding was, like Maji mentioned, that because Swami loves us, like our mother, when we are little infant and mother loves us, and we don't realize that mother is loving us at that time because we don't have enough intellect or to understand that. But mother loves us so much that when we grow up, we can find out that mother is loving us, or mother loved us when we were not even, we're ignorant and incapable. But now we realize, and we are thankful to the mother, that mother was loving us when we were incapable or not able to understand the thing. So that's how then we appreciate mother's love more and more. Same way, once we find out that Swami was loving us and he has been with us, that's why our love towards Swami is manifested from our side.
Sairam, Dr. Patel, this is Wali.
Hi, Wali. Sairam.
The thing is, what is loving Swami means? We said we love Swami, but what actually is Swami is expecting by means of love? That the reason is that.
Okay. If anybody has any answer to Walli's question, or I may try. Walli, I think the way I understand is the loving Swami means following his teachings, whatever he asks us to do. Like if you're obedient, like an obedient son or obedient student, or so that means that we are following the desire of the person we love. So when Swami said that serve all, love all, that means that's what he wants us to, he expects from us to do. He doesn't need anything, because but if he says, we love you, Swami, it's very important. Swami likes, I'm sure Swami will like that, because I remember a story that one rich man had a son, and he was getting everything, but he says, Father, give me like $10. He said, why do you want $10? Please give me $10. So Father gave him $10. Then he went with mother, then bought a bar of chocolate and gave it to father. He said, Father, today is your birthday, so I wanted to give you something. Father was so thrilled. It was his money. He got it for him, but it was his own money. But still, it's a love, expression of love from the son, made father very happy. And he got a hug from father. So same way, when we say, Swami, we love you, he likes it, I think. If anybody tells that they love me, I would like that. So that's what I understand, Walli.
This is, I read a Radio Sai. There was a study circle about 5-6 years ago. The topic is, what's the difference between loving Swami versus liking Swami. So there was a a student has written, or he was saying during the study circle, that in Brindavan once Swami was talking to the students, and suddenly he asked, looked at the students and asked, "Oh, do you love me?" Everybody said, "Swami, we love you. Swami, we love you." But
Yeah.
Swami nodded his head and said, "No, you don't love me. You people only like me. Anytime when you students want to sit next to me, you want to to walk, come for darshan, touch my feet. That is like if you have a pet at home, you take care of the pet, you feed everything, take care of the pet, take for a walk and all that." So he said it's like it is liking me. But as you said, then he went on to say, quote, that to love Swami is to follow Swami.
Right. To follow his teachings and
Follow,
to
yes.
follow his orders. So like whatever
Yeah.
he likes, we should continue. So
Yes.
he likes
So,
to help everybody and never hurt anybody if you follow those basic principles. So then that means we are expressing our love towards Swami.
I just want to ask, for those people, by the here, for those people who are not Sai devotees, would we say that definition of love, they are less loving because they're not seeing all part of their love for Swami, or call it by Sai Baba, Sai Ram, Sai thing? So if they are not Sai devotees, so what does that love, definition of love, mean for anybody and everybody? So that is one thing. So one thing that came out from this is Swami loves you to listening to him and doing his work. That is one section of love. So listening to the divine one, who formless God, and working our way up onto a spiritual ladder, is also a form of love. But how do we explain creation and the creator? If you put it in a bracket, then Swami for all of us is love. You are trying to only please him. You are not taking care of him. When you take care of a kid, you show his love. When you take care, the mother takes care of a kid, so he's already showing it. So there's one poem which says God's love is like the sky. It is so high that nobody can, you cannot encompass it with your human fathom it, or it's so deep, more than the ocean it is deep, so it cannot be deeper than God's love. So what is it that we mean when in the big thing of this world, what is meant by love? If somebody can think about it. So.
As you said, whenever we love, we follow what the person likes. So in our case, as a Swami, what Swami likes is always loving other people, loving our friends, colleagues, family. So love is the main thing. We'll be discussing later on of selfishness and self and lovelessness, but at this time we are focusing on the love in this session. So if any person and any religion they believe, if they follow the teaching of their religion, I think that's a love itself. If they most all the religions teach basically the same thing: being truthful, loving, helping, non-violence, all these things. All the religions did the same thing, but people with the selfish motive, they alter these things around, and then say it's the love for the religion, and then they go and kill because you're not in my religion, following my kind of religion. So that's a not correct thing, I think. So when we love Swami, we ask. There are many like selfish love or divine love or unconditional love. So what is unconditional love? What we should understand by unconditional love? Let us say to Swami for our sake. What does that mean? Anybody has any thoughts?
I think we do not expect anything in return. We love you.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
that's one expression.
so when we go to Parthi to see Swami, and Swami doesn't, we go on the last line. I mean, several times, like every year we go for 20 years and we don't get. When we go to Parthi, I mean, expectation is automatic for at least my stage of the of my stage. I'm at the stage I am. When I go to Parthi, I would like to have at least chat with Swami, or of course darshan is important, but also there is always I cannot be expect without expectation. There is always expectation to at least see Swami. Sometimes when Swami is in from not in Puttaparthi and is in Whitefield, and on weekend when there is a duty at the hospital is over, we rush to see Swami in Bangalore. So darshan is also expectation. So, but as long as this kind of expectations are directed towards the Lord and not the worldly thing, all these things like a kama, krodha, lobha, moha, all these things which are considered as a undesirable thing, but if they are all for the world, but if they are all directed towards the Lord, they all become things to be expected, as I understand. Anybody has any other thoughts on this?
Yeah. You want to say something? Yeah. Okay. One more thought came to my mind. Expectation is okay for the transactional world. So, who would you consider bhakta? Suppose I'm saying standing the line, and many times push and pull they will do, and then somebody is wanting to sit in the first row. They're all wanting to see Swami. Everybody has got an expectation that they would get the front line, but only some are given the opportunity, because Swami knows that who are good at heart, or through that they might be, the more he gives to them, the more he expects them to be in alignment with their own self. So if God is the self of all means, so Swami understands the you too, he is the inner self of all, if you think like that. So what I want to understand is, if love is the definition we are giving, so how would suppose Swami comes and asks us, what do you want? We are not able to say, Swami, your love or your attention. Why? I would like to think like this. When we don't say that, Swami, I want your attention or love, we understand in the bottom of our heart there are more people needing Swami's attention or love, my brethren who are much not endowed with life, or luxury of living, or luxurious life, or they are not having the basic things in life. So I always, when I think in my mind, if Swami asked me that, what would I say? So Swami, be there for the people. I should not ask for your attention when there are many of my brethren who are not even enjoying the basic things in life. So you come together and for them more than you come for me. That is what I think when I ask for Swami's attention. So would a person go ahead and say, all the time give attention to me? One has to think about it.
I think I see the Bhaskar is also here with us. So Bhaskar, we haven't heard from you anything. Any thoughts on what we are discussing? So as far as the other thing is that when we love somebody, like when we love our mother or Swami, we want to please them. So what will please them? If we follow that, that's our expression of love towards the Swami or the mother. So what would Swami like to? So when I even deal with other individual like my family members. I think that Swami has given those individual circumstances to me. So to please Swami, I have to play the role to the best. In other words, to be a best husband I can. So the Swami has given me this wife, so I have to be best husband to her. So Swami will be happy. So my focus is on the Swami most of the time, trying to be all the time, so that to my son, to my friend, to my patient, towards Sai brothers and sisters. So in other words, that's the focus, that everything is given by Swami to me. So it's my focus should be. After I have a little small Swami's photographs in my examining room, the office. So when I treat the patient is very happy. I look at Swami, that Swami, because you gave me all the knowledge and you give me the patient, so it's my duty to make patient happy. So then I look at the Swami's picture. If patient is upset or disturbed, then I ask for his help. Swami, please, I'm trying to do what I can, but I'm not able to satisfy this patient, so please help me. So I get a help unexpectedly. So and the outcome is desirable. So basically, focusing on Swami all the time is I think makes me pass my life very comfortably. Any suggestions? Any thoughts?
Uncle, I think, we again going back to what Swami said, follow him. And there are two things that Swami has said, often is love all, serve all, and help ever, hurt never. I think everything what you're saying comes under those two sentences that Swami has said. So that's what he's expecting us. That's to follow him. Just those, at least those two.
Right. Yes.
Somebody wants to come in. Then.
So Dilip, sorry, I was not. I heard what you said now. So, my understanding is, are you guys listening to me or no?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So my understanding is, Dilip, whatever you are doing, as long as you do not have any expectations in that role from other side, okay, and that's what should be the should be the goal, that you are doing without any expectation from them, and following all the guidelines from Swami, and which you are doing it. That's the way I take it, because family members and all you have the role you have to play. What happens in that situation? Expectations comes in your way. So if you go away from those expectations, I think you are doing your job well.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow the last statement.
So what I was saying, that when the family members are, you said that you're as a good father, as a good husband, all those things.
Yeah.
As long as there are no expectations from them, because when you do something for somebody,
right,
you expect, your expectations always come with that. Okay.
Right.
If you can disassociate yourself from expectations and keep on doing what are you doing, I think that's what Swami is asking for us to do.
Correct. That's what I understand too.
Doctor?
Yeah.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Can I add a comment here?
Sure.
Okay. Doctor, one of the things we can try try and extend is suppose we truly love a person, you know, what do we do? The expectation is not even in our mind, we just do it, truly to please that person. So I think that's the way our action should be guided. It should be natural. When you truly love a person, everything comes naturally to you, to see that the other person is happy, other person is pleased with your actions. I think if I extend the same thing towards God or towards Baba, that true love, then I think that's where you can appreciate the definition.
No, that's very. I totally agree with that, and that's what I think everybody understands that truth without expectation. Because if you have in the others, we can expect that Swami is pleased. That's the only expectation. All other things we do is to please Swami. So that's our expectation to Swami, not to the person who's we are offering service to.
I'm going to jump in here and think like this. From the beyond the box, we have to think. Suppose Swami is happy, not happy. He might, as a parent or as a father, mother, any role you ask him to play, he is going to be a perfect father, perfect mother. So sometimes we are punished for our own, by our own act of behavior and all that. So that is what, where do we say our definition of love comes from? Thinking, oh, Swami is going to be love, love and only love. So what does that love? If Swami is yourself, the physical aspect of Swami, he doesn't come and let you know, oh, I'm going to, I'm happy with you for every act. You can't keep on going. Do we go and ask our mother for every act or father every act? Or did we do it right? You do it according to your conscience. God is your conscience. God is a love. He himself became, I was one, I became many. That's what he said. So he's already there into the picture, and guidance, his guidance comes. When we are down and out, his guidance comes. But every minute, when we put him separately from us, then we start thinking, oh, is this act right or not? Those kind of things are given by within our conscience. So if you think Swami as your own self, we do only what is that moment. You at the start of the day, Swami says, at the start of the day you can offer everything. At the end of the day, so good and bad deeds are going to come, not because Swami is expecting you to do that, but good and bad deeds come because of our vasanas, because of the ego imprints, because of what we think we are, and what others think we are, and what we really are. So if Swami is your inner self, he's already, pleased or not, that is what I read somewhere, that when act of service is done, there is nothing wanting to know whether you have done a good act or not. Service is an act that brings a gratification to your own soul. By doing that act, you're already happy. It is not that you're going to wait for happiness to come at a later date. The moment you do that act of service, that very minute we are happy. That's all. That is the cause and effect is there in the world. God has created like that. So every time you don't run across your incrementally, you don't run across things and into your own mind. If the mind says, okay, you're doing great job, so then one might come and say, that is what, the Sevadal people are very rude, and then they think they are doing the duty, and we think they are not doing the duty. There is no love in them, and they don't care for us, and we have come from so far, America, Asia, whatever it is, and they don't show love. That is what we think. But God has already ordained that everybody is going according to his conscience. At the end of the day, if the mother is happy, it is already there. It is not that Swami is ever unhappy. whether we are doing the right act, wrong act, nothing. He has already created the karma theory where, he plays the act, role of a god, role of a guru, role of a mother, father, brother, everything. In what capacity we take a mentor too. But if like Dr. Patel, everybody is not able to go through the whole gamut of thinking about Swami all the time. Do we think that Swami loves us less or the world loves us less or nothing? I think that happiness, if you're in your own being and you think the self as everything, the pure self is everything, and that is God and that is Swami. That is, you can't keep on asking, oh, am I doing right for sitting and standing? That is what I believe. He is your inner self. He already told you, I am your inner self. I am God. You are also God. Just believe in it. Many people will say the whole of the thing. When it comes to advice, all the time, Swami doesn't have to give advice 20 years. So where we have to realize, bring into our mind the fact that Swami told this is good for me. If God is making a statement, it must be the truth, nothing but the truth. So if we go by that, that is what I find that is the way. Listening to Swami doesn't mean that all the time listening to Swami. How much time does, I'll tell you of a story where I read a Kung Fu fighter is standing in front of a person who is having a gun, and Swami is in the Kung Fu fighter as much as in the person who is holding a gun. So they both are fighting. The Kung Fu fighter is making all those noises, and suddenly the gun person comes, shoots the man, and goes away. So are we going to ask for, oh, Swami, am I doing the right thing by hitting that? No. Yeah, as long as Dharma is there, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa is there, you are your own king. You are the choice maker. Whether you please, God is always happy. He's not pleased by doing this or that. That is what I think about the whole thing. So say about it, So, oh, it went up. I didn't on my mic.
No, we were able to hear entire conversation.
Oh, okay, because my mic, I don't know.
No, it was fine. Yeah, thank you.
At what point somebody off it, they could tell me so that I can stop.
No, we did not. Probably something at your end.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That's what I'm thinking. Why is anyway? Anybody wants to take up that? So fine.
So when Vaidehi mentioned that God is in us, in me or in us, so for me somehow it is very difficult at this stage to see that God is in me. I know that God is in me because Swami says so, that, or it has, but I'm not able to still feel that God is in me. So I always looking outside for like Swami to exchange my love or express my love and receive his love. But if anybody has any way to make me experience that Swami is in me, I'll appreciate that. So if anybody any thoughts how they experience, and maybe I can but it's for me to understand that Swami is in me. It's hard to. Atma is in me. I know it's a Swami says that he's an Atma, but somehow I physically or mentally I cannot comprehend that. So if anybody has any thoughts, or anybody has experienced that, they have experienced Lord in themselves, and then what are their feelings and how I cannot comprehend myself.
Dr. Patel, if nobody is commenting, I'll comment to it. But somebody wants to go ahead, I want them to go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Patel, this is right. Because this is the result of so many thousands of years of belief, right? We don't, whatever we say, we go to the temple, we see that somehow, we are in the mental frame of mind where God is up there. We always think that God is up there. That's a conditioning we have been accustomed to. Therefore, the God is in me. As you said, sometimes it makes us believe, but uh, that's maybe because of we don't total surrender. We don't do the total surrender.
Yeah.
That's one possibility. Then another possibility is if will we be really missing, because we have been conditioned to God being up there, God being in the temple, God being in so many the concept of seeing God in everybody. That's very nice, and it's nice feeling. It's nice, but it's not easy to practice. It takes time. Off and on and off we get the doubt, self doubt. Is it really?
Yeah, that's what I'm going through.
Can I jump in if nobody wants? Okay. I used to feel like that, Dr. Patel. Um, since a year, I'm been different, but the Swami has helped me to understand that I'm going the right way. So what I used to do was all the time, if I didn't do it, today, suppose I have to pray. And for some reason, that thing went off and off because of hundreds of reasons. So you run through a guilt of not doing the right thing with Swami or otherwise. For example, I used to think I wanted to read 1,008 names of Swami. I've been planning it for years, and then it didn't materialize. And one day I told Swami, I sat there in my meditation, I told Swami, I'm so tired of seeing you outside, and every time I'm failing, and I feel more miserable than it is warranted. So why don't you come into me and make me feel that you are all the time with me, inside of me? I have to see you inside of me as my original self, and then go about. Since the day I told, I stopped going too much to the temples. You can ask my husband. Everybody, anytime somebody says, I just comes out with I come out with a comment, oh, God is in me. I'm not, I don't think whether good, bad, ugly, everything is this. And through God's grace, through Swami's grace, the moment I said it, Swami came with a very blessed thing. I stopped feeling guilty for the things. I felt that he is in Duryodhana as much as he is in me. So if he is the self of all people, you stop worrying. I took your comment about Dr. Patel's comment about thinking about something very deeply when he said love, and I always think of Swami. So then this thought came, well, how is it possible for everybody to not all people are on the same page? Because if he gets years of practice, or something miraculous has happened to Dr. Patel, that he's able to call upon to Swami, but not all the time Swami. So that very day I thought, Swami, what if you are there in my lesser brother who doesn't have anything? If you ask me, what do you want? Would I be able to say, Swami, come to me? Or would I be able to say, just go? That day I decided I never prayed after that day for myself. Anytime I'll say, you're always there. I don't have to pray to you for you to see me coming. And that day, that gave me so much peace, into my mind. I thought, my God, even my hair is standing when I'm saying that. I thought, my God, it is such a powerful statement. But the day I made it into my sankalpa, that I don't, Swami cannot do it anymore, seeing you outside. You can't, the inner of me, I understand it as you are the Atmika. And you won't believe the day I told that thing, all I said is rolling my tongue. I just said Rama. You won't believe it's such a tingling feeling, and I'm in bliss when I say that word Rama, even rolling out. So he's saying, I'm your Atma Rama. What are you doing about thinking? Would you ask me to take care of you or to your brother who doesn't have any money, any position, anything in life? If you have a brother, the whole world is your brother and sister. Yesterday we had a function where we did put something for the brothers, like a Raksha Bandhan. And my mother told me, pray for all the brothers and sisters that are there in the world to be happy and together. So that immediately I caught on to that thought, and it made a lot of sense. And when I was talking to my daughter-in-law, I was saying that pray for all the brothers and sisters more than ourselves, because our actions, we know. How am I treating my brother? I know. But I don't know all the people who are not up to that mark of understanding everything that is in life. Atma Rama, if you tell them, what will they say? I don't understand. Or for me, this very minute I have to be given a meal or a clothing. So are we feeding the whole world? Are we doing a service per se about the whole world? Everybody is doing service. What goes on in everybody's mind, we don't know. We cannot fathom. So you just think that, okay, God is myself, Swami is myself. I am not going to pray sitting here doing this, doing that to please him. He's already pleased. That's why he gave you a life. Before the COVID started, Swami came to me in a dream. I was having a COVID. I never asked Swami, do this, do that, or I'm scared or nothing. I just said, okay, whatever happens, happens. And then suddenly one fine day, early morning, Swami comes into my dream. He said, oh, I'm blessing you. You will not have any problem. I'll take care of you and your family. See, the moment I dropped the whole sequence of saving myself, just letting it go, allow him to function the way he wants. If you are an instrument called gold, the goldsmith might beat you. You don't even think about it, because you just do the thing that is coming by. All things are God work. All work is God's work. All creation is God. All my brothers and sisters are God's. He is in all of them.
Can I say something, Dilip?
Yeah.
Can I say something, Dilip?
Yeah, sorry.
Dilip, it was a good thing. By the way, you have a lot of good experience. But Dilip, like you, many of us feel like that. Okay. So my suggestion is what I am doing it. Okay. Every day, do you ever sit down in the evening and analyze that? Are you disciplined? Are you doing whatever you're supposed to do as per Swami's guidelines? Okay. And you will see in your conscious or in your quiet time, you will realize, oh, I missed this thing. Okay. So I should not be doing that. Okay. So self-analysis based upon the guidelines given by Swami, if you try to do that, and why you are not experiencing is all because of probably our past karmas. Okay, we are not raised to that level yet that we are going to have that kind of interaction with him. So think that way. Okay, and analyze yourself every day, that hey, where did I miss today? Okay, for example, I get up in the morning, I do Nam Smarna. Okay, on Saturday, you know that when I day off, I'm slacking now. So there's I am not disciplined as per Swami. You have to be disciplined, right? So I missed that. Okay, so all my effort, which are already probably gone in vain. Okay, I have to start from ab initio again. So my suggestion is that no, you are asking why you are. That could be one of the paths. Just a suggestion. Okay,
Right.
My personal opinion.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Anybody has their own experience and they can help us in this situation. Any other time members who can help in this situation? So I'm at Bhaskar. I think I appreciate Vaidehin, both of you telling this, but I'm at the stage where I remember, not in the evening, but I remember Swami all the time in all actions. But I still have a not feeling that Swami is in me. That's I have a block there. I know Swami is in me, but I cannot constantly appreciate that he is in me. So I always, he and me are little separate. I keep thinking about him all the time in all activities, from morning, night. Even in my sleep, I sometimes wake up and think that I'm doing Nam Smarana, thinking about him. But still, I have not able to feel that Swami is in me. That's my. I'm at that stage where I've been not able to appreciate. Swami says that you are God, but I'm not able to appreciate that I'm still God. Or God is in me. Any other
Dr. Patel, I can ask you. No, you're there, already there. Maybe it's your humility because of which you're saying that I'm thinking of it. You're thinking of him, but thinking of him. You are not saying that this is he has taken the decision. You are thinking of him. The moment you put a thought, Brahman, we are not in a state of the transactional world of forms. You are totally right. You are thinking of him 24 hours, moment to moment awareness is there. But we have to go from when the body goes, you have to go from that state of awareness to a Brahman state. You are Brahman. I am Brahman, you say. So Brahman state, no activity goes on. But formless state of Brahman is where no activity goes on. Why does no activity go on? Because you are already that. So that state of consciousness, you are coming into the form state of consciousness where you are giving Baba all the love, but yet at the end of the day, you shouldn't feel guilty if you are like
I'm not
Master
feeling
says.
guilty. I'm not feeling
No,
guilty.
you shouldn't. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying generally. See, you are taking all the decisions beautifully. You said that, and I was impressed with the way you said it. Previously, also, I was thinking about your comment. But with me, I was tired of this worldly things for me to take care of my brethren the way Swami wants me to. Can I please God that way? Anything, that is where the grace comes in. When I previously also, this was the thing that bothered me so much. Can I come up to par with God's expectation? God doesn't have any expectation for you to behave like this or that or that. He already created the cause and effect, and karma theory, then detachment, everything. So love is detachment. So if you have to detach from the world, you yourself told me once that you have to be detached with the cause or the effect of it. So if God is the cause or effect of it, He has already given us. So you are doing the right thing. Formless God is the Brahman state. If you want to reach, you have to, any structures are not valid. No structures are valid. That's all. No structures, no conception, no beliefs, no nothing. All happens for a good cause, win-win situation. That's all I'm saying.
Anybody else has any thoughts to help in this situation?
Sairam uncle, this is Mohan.
I'm on Sairam.
Sairam. So, Swami talks about that self-affirmation prayer. I am God, I am God, I am no different from God. I am Satchitananda Swarupa. He basically asks us to do that practice almost on a daily basis. Obviously meditation also yields benefits, to give that visualization. However, if meditation or the self-affirming prayer is not the course of action that one decides to take, then when anyone is engaged in nishkama karma, they are doing that out of the purity of their being and their intent. I think they are divine themselves automatically. I don't think Surya is actually thinking, I am giving, I'm giving, I'm giving. He is already renunciate. He is the perfect renunciate. So he is performing his pure karma, giving life to other beings, being in that nishkama karma role. And I don't think he's in the business of thinking that he is God, but he is always self-effulgent and shining. So I don't know if undue deliberation on that is really necessary, as long as you are emanating the sweet divine fragrance of divinity. I think that is my take on it. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you. So anybody else has any?
Sairam, I also have a question. If we realize it that we are God, and we might be on the path, we haven't reached there yet, but can I be omnipresent? Swami is omnipresent. So if I am God, can I be omnipresent? Because Swami has proved it. And can I be omnipotent? Can I be omniscience? Those are the three which still, it's a mind-boggling for me,
Yes.
Sairam.
Anybody wants?
Hey, Maji, hello.
Yeah, Bhaskar, I can hear you.
Yeah. So Arjuna asked Krishna, "Hey, Krishna, if I do all these things which you are telling me, will I be like a question you just mentioned, omnipresent, omniscient?" Krishna told him, then you will be when you will be merging with me, then you will be me. Okay, you will not find any. I mean, you will not be different than me. So once you reach that stage, you will not find a difference between God and you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, when you say omnipresence, we think Swami is omnipresent and we are not. One doesn't have to control the world to be omnipresent. If for example, they say this quotation in Upanishads is, if a horse is there and a cow is there, a horse has got no horns, but a cow has. A cow is a cow. That is the Swadharma. So if you walk on 2 feet, you don't have to be omnipresent to understand the whole walks. Human beings walk on 2 feet. That is knowing that the omnipresence, you are omnipresent thinking. In the thinking, you think, see, if you understand yourself, the self of you, you are in tune with the whole thing. You don't have to control the creation to become that. You are already that, and I can be Vaidehi. The name is given Vaidehi, but I am, or if I'm already that, why do I want to become like Swami? You are already that, and the placement is already in creation. I don't have to control over somebody else's life to become the omnipresent. You understand that? Hello?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vaidehi.
You got it right. You are already that. If you understand one grain of rice in the cooking, one grain of done rice is already, the whole of the rice is done. If you take one spoon of rice, you don't eat the whole rice to find out whether the whole rice is done or not. So you understand, you are omnipresent in every particle of the rice. The presence of the cooking is done. The cooking is done by something. All this creation has come together. Unified force is what is operating it.
Sairam, to Maji's question, I think what I understand is the omnipotent, omniscient, those are all worldly expression of the divinity. Therefore, I don't think that is all God should express that divinity, that the worldly expression. That's my understanding here, because to become God, you don't have to, if you are a God, doesn't mean that, you should be omniscient, omnipresent and all, omnipotent. That's my understanding. I think that's more of a worldly expression of the divinity. That's my understanding. Therefore, we can't definitely do that. Even if we become Swami, we become God, I don't think we'll become omnipotent and all, right?
We are omnipotent, Suresh. We are omnipresent because in your body, millions of cells are there. Millions of cells are operating we are a living being. The cells are operating in its own intelligence. We are an intelligent being. The one day this in the animals also the intelligence is there. In us also the life principle is there in the whole of creation. We are omnipresent. That is what they say. When you go inside and get to your core self, you become that. You are that. Sorry, you don't become that. Becoming is, see, by the I is already there. Swami says, I am I. God is. Existence is there. The existential reality of this universe is already there. Even before you thought about your existence, you already exist. If somebody says, oh, Suresh, you don't exist. The Suresh is a name given to your existence.
I'm not talking about that. The issue is
you don't have to become, like you said, you are very much right. When you don't have to give definitions, how can truth be contained by thinking? When thinking is just a small part, like you think yourself less omnipresent or no more omnipresent, that doesn't, like I said, the rice, the whole pot of rice is cooked or not by taking one granule of rice, you can say whether the pot is cooked or not. That is the way it is. We are Atma. Whether
I agree with that. My question was, for example, there are many stories we learned about Swami that he was there in multiple places at the same time. Okay.
Right. That is a miracle of life happens when you are in tune with the whole of universe. all the universe is a very friendly place where not only Swami, many people now, I'm seeing the current thing, they say Premasai, but that is not Premasai. The child is doing something and chains are coming. So in my young age, I always saw a 2-year kid bringing out money by the dozen. So Swami says the miracle of that is given to you to, it's like a card. Swami's gifting card is, it is not that that makes him more or less. He is already that, and he says you are also already that. The omnipresence of it is not to be felt like Swami is in one place, one time, one location. He is there throughout the universe. In what forms? For a Krishna devotee, he might come as a Krishna. For a Rama devotee, he might come. How you are the subject of the whole thing,
Yeah.
and how you apply your ego,
Yeah.
past
Hey,
experience.
Yeah,
hey,
we are almost nearing the 3:50.
Oh, sorry.
Let
hey,
me
hey,
leave it to Patel.
Ramesh, I just want to say one thing, okay?
Yeah.
Those are not worldly things. Those are all attributes of the God, okay? And we do not have those attributes.
Yeah, I think I also agree with Bhaskar and Maji. I have the same situation, but the way I understand that is God is only omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. We are the Ansha or the Atma. We are not Paramatma. So Paramatma has all those
Correct,
qualities.
Oh,
Atma,
correct.
Atma has limitations in certain things. We cannot know everything, and like God can know. We are not capable of
Absolutely.
everything. So that's what Atma has. But we are still His Ansha, so we can make effort to reach towards that. And when we merge with God, then we get all the quality of what Lord has. And then we will not even think about this quality at that time. But till we do that, till we are separate, we are not totally merged with God. We are not capable of omniscient, omnipresent. This is the quality of the Paramatma. As I
Thank you. Thank you, Saira.
So next week when we get together, we'll try to describe different type of love, like brotherly love, love towards the poor people, love towards the people who are against us or who are trying to hurt us. So this kind of different type of love. So please give some thoughts to those kind of different situations of love, and we can discuss that next session. Uh, any other questions this time? Suresh, we can. You have any?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Just don't come. The water in a river and water in an ocean, the water in a river doesn't think that I'm less than the water in the ocean. The taste wise, the water, the cleanness of the pot is there in whether it is a pot or a flower vase or a vessel. So the cleanness, like Swami says, in the cloth, there is the cotton. Cotton is the truth of the whole weaving. So whether it takes the shape of a dhoti or a kurta or a something. So once you understand that you are a living principle, that alone is. So as you go through that the same thing, I am God, I'm not different from God. Those you psyching your mind to be in tune with your truth of your being, then you everything falls away, and then you understand that, oh my God, why did I not see it? Everything points to your divine self. In this world, everything points. That is what is called as omnipresence. Is you see the trees, they grow from a seed, and there is a growing dynamic God. You see, if you are in alignment with everything else. You are able to. Some people talk to a tree. Some people talk to flowers. So they are one with creation. Is what is called as omnipresence. You'll be able to. You'll be happy when you see a flower bloom, right? So you are saying, how do you understand you are not a flower? Then how do you understand the flower's language? You enjoy the flower. That is what is called as being in bliss. I'm done.
Sairam, Shweta, Dr. Patel. We'll continue the next week, the same discussion, and
yeah. Please give a thoughts to the things I mentioned, the different type of love we are going to talk about. So please give a thought.
Thank you.
गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननाथा गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननायका गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननाथा गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननायका श्रीदाता शिवतनया श्रीदाता शिवतनया श्रीदाता शिवतनया श्रीदाता शिवतनया बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन युग युग वन्दित जय श्री गणेशा 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 गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननाथा गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीनायका श्रीदाता शिवतनया श्रीदाता शिवतनया बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन युग युग वन्दित जय श्री गणेशा 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 गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना दीननाथा साई माता पिता दीनबन्धु सखा साई माता पिता दीनबन्धु सखा तेरे शरण में साई मेरा मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। साई माता पिता दीनबंधु सखा। साई माता पिता दीनबंधु सखा। तेरे शरण में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। तेरे शरण में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे मुक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे मुक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। साई माता पिता दीनबंधु सखा। तेरे शरण में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। साई माता पिता दीनबंधु सखा। तेरे शरण में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे मुक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा। मुझे मुक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा।
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला।
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 साई नारायण रंग रंग 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 विठ्ठला।
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला।
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला।
गोविंद विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला।
गोविंद विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला।
गोविंद विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला।
गोविंद विठ्ठला रघुमाई विठ्ठला।
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला।
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला।
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला।
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला।
श्रीरंग विठ्ठला साई रंग 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 विठ्ठला।
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला।
बोलो नारायण जय
साई नारायण रंग रंग विठ्ठला
साई नारायण रंग रंग विठ्ठला
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला
गोविंद विठ्ठल रखुमाई विठ्ठला
गोविंद विठ्ठला रखुमाई विठ्ठला
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला
गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला
श्रीरंग विठ्ठला साई रंग 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 विठ्ठला
बोलो नारायण जय जय विठ्ठला
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि मां
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि मां
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि मां
सुब्रह्मण्या षण्मुखनाथा
सुब्रह्मण्या षण्मुखनाथा
सुब्रह्मण्या षण्मुखनाथा
सुब्रह्मण्या षण्मुखनाथा
साईनाथा करुणा सिंधो
साईनाथा करुणा सिंधो
साईनाथा करुणा सिंधो
साईनाथा करुणा सिंधो
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या
देव सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि
पाहि परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि
परमेश्वरा स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या सेनापते स्कंदा सुब्रह्मण्या पाहि राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे 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 साई 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 राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे रघुपति राजा राम राम रघुपति राजा राम राम रघुपति राजा राम राम रघुपति राजा राम राम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे साई 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 राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे साई राम भजो मन हरे हरे साई राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे रघुपति राजा राम राम रघुपति राजा राम राम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे साई 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 राम भजो मन हरे हरे राम राम भजो मन हरे हरे
विठला हरि विठला
विठला हरी विठला
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 पांडुरंग विठले हरि नारायण
पांडुरंग विठले हरी नारायण
पुरंदर विठले हरि नारायण
पुरंदर विठले हरी नारायण
हरि नारायण भजो नारायण
हरी नारायण भजो नारायण
సత్యనారాయణ
సాయి నారాయణ సత్యనారాయణ
విఠల హరి విఠల
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 పాండురంగ విఠలే హరి నారాయణ
పాండురంగ విఠలే హరి నారాయణ
పురందర విఠలే హరి నారాయణ
పురందర విఠలే హరి నారాయణ
హరి నారాయణ భజ నారాయణ
హరి నారాయణ భజ నారాయణ
సాయి నారాయణ సత్యనారాయణ
సాయి నారాయణ సత్యనారాయణ
విఠల హరి విఠల
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర 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 సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గురు శరవణ భవ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
శివ శివ హర హర సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం హర హర శివ శివ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం
సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం షణ్ముఖనాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం 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 సాయినాథ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం ఓం తత్సత్ శ్రీ నారాయణ పురుషోత్తమ గురు సిద్ధబోధతో సంత వినాయక సవితా పార్వకతో సవితా పార్వక प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् पश्येन्महो परिचयमस्ति पुष्टोऽस्ति पुष्टोऽभवाय ह्यदृशाय प्रविष्टाय च नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि ईश्वर Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Adonai Echad
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Allahu ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्
Sit in a comfortable position and keep your back straight. Gently close your eyes. Keep your mind and body calm and relaxed. Breathe in and out slowly. As you breathe in, say so. And as you breathe out, say hum. So, hum. So, hum. So, hum. Open your eyes. Look at the light steadily for a while. Now close your eyes. Picture and feel a light between your eyebrows at the center of your forehead. Your head is filled with the light. All your thoughts are filled with the light. May they be good thoughts. Bring the light down to your heart. Imagine that in the center of your heart there is a beautiful lotus. As the light enters the heart, the petals of the lotus open out one by one, bathing every thought, feeling, and emotion in the light. As the light spreads, bring it down to your hands. Let your hands be filled with the light. May these hands serve others with love and compassion. Bring the light down further through your body, down to your legs and feet. Your feet are filled with the light. May these feet bring you only to good places to do good deeds. The light slowly rises up your throat and comes to rest on your tongue. May your tongue always speak only the truth. May your tongue always speak softly, sweetly, and lovingly to everyone. Bring the light to your ears. Your ears are filled with the light. May your ears hear only what is good and useful. May your ears listen to others with love and compassion. Bring the light to your eyes, so your eyes are filled with the light. May your eyes see only good things and the beauty in everything. May your eyes see the good in others. Bring the light to the top of your head. Let the light shine all around you in bigger and bigger circles. Radiate this light to all the people you love and know, to your family, friends, and even those who may have hurt you. Fill all the plants and animals with the light. Fill the whole world with the light. Repeat to yourself, I am in the light. The light is in me. I am the light. bring the light back to the top of your head and bring it down to your heart. Keep the light and that feeling of peace within you throughout the day. When you are ready, gently open your eyes.
From truth, lead us to truth. From darkness, lead us to light. From death, lead us to immortality. Asatoma, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityunjaya, Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Thought for the day. Penance does not mean retiring to the forest and living on fruits and tubers. In fact, such a life can be called a life of tamas, dullness, not penance, tapas. True penance lies in controlling one's emotions, thoughts, words, and deeds arising out of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic qualities. One should contemplate on God at all times and achieve harmony in thoughts, words, and deeds. He alone is a noble one, whose thoughts, words, and deeds are in complete harmony. Do not be carried away by pain or pleasure. Bhagavad Gita teaches, Sukha dukkhe same kritva, labha labha, jaya jaya. One should be even-minded in happiness or sorrow, gain or loss, victory or defeat. One should discharge one's duty and serve society without any expectation of reward. Such even-mindedness and desirelessness state is true penance. Divine Discourse, August 22nd, 2000. Baba.
Narayana 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 Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Shanti 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 Samastalokaः Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaः Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaः Sukhino Bhavantu. Peace, 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 peace on peace, peace, peace for all the universe, for all the universe. Paramam pavitram Baba vibhutim Paramam vichitram Leela vibhutim Paramartha yashatha moksha pradhanam Baba vibhutim idamashayami Sacred ash miraculous Baba's creation, flowing from His blessed hand, holy creation, granting us with greatest wealth God's divine protection. Beloved Baba, grant us liberation. Sai Baba Vibhutim idamashayami. जय बोलो सर्वधर्म की जय जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय
Sairam, I have one announcement, and that's regarding we sent a message from our regional president, Bernie. This is regarding a survey, filling out a survey for the. They are planning to. They have a planning session. Okay, they are in the process of planning the multi-region retreat for the Memorial Day weekend, and for that, it's going to be online this year, and they want all the members to look at the survey and look at fill out a survey for that. We sent a communication regarding that. I'll send a reminder one more in the WhatsApp group. I'll also forward that to the email. When you get a chance, if you can give some input by participating in the survey, that will be really great. Thank you, Sairam. Sairam, Shweta.
Sairam, we will be having yoga classes bi-weekly henceforth. Next week's class will begin at 1:45 p.m. That's about it from my side.
Any announcement from SSC or the service?
Sairam, no, I don't have any announcements. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.